Welcome to the Build Your Private Practice podcast, a space for Canadian therapists who want to support others, make an impact, and build a sustainable practice that works for them too. I'm your host, Leanne Wood, a registered psychotherapist, group practice owner, and business mentor, and I'm here to help you build a private practice that allows you to keep doing the work you love without burning out. Because the people who need your help the most are counting on you, and you deserve a practice that supports you while you support them. Let's dive in. This episode is brought to you by Jane, a practice management software and EMR designed to help mental health practitioners run their private practice without running around. Managing a practice can mean juggling more tools than you ever planned to, one for booking, one for documentation, and another for billing. Each solves a small part of the puzzle, but because they don't work together, the manual admin still adds up. Jane helps practitioners connect their core tools in one place. Payments are taken and recorded directly in Jane, so billing stays accurate and is easier to track. And Jane Websites helps new clients find your clinic online. And if something needs attention, Jane's support team is available by phone, email, or chat with an understanding of how your entire system works together. For added peace of mind, Jane includes privacy and security features like two-step verification, role-based access levels, and HIPAA and PIPEDA compliance, so you can feel confident your practice and client data are protected. Practitioners know better than anyone that a little connection goes a long way. To learn more about how Jane can support you, your clients, and your practice, head to jane.app/demo. And if you're ready to get started, you can use my code BYPP2MO for a 2-month grace period on your new account. That's BYPP2MO. Welcome to the Build Your Private Practice podcast, a space for Canadian therapists who want to support others, make an impact, and build a sustainable practice that works for them too. I'm your host, Leanne Wood, registered psychotherapist, group practice owner, and business mentor, and I'm here to help you build a private practice that allows you to keep doing the work you love without burning out. Because the people who need your help the most are counting on you, and you deserve a practice that supports you while you support them. Today, I want to talk about something that on the surface sounds like a good thing, and it is a good thing, but it can also quietly become a problem in your practice if it's the only thing you're relying on, and that's referrals. Because referrals are truly great, they really are. They often bring in aligned clients and they come with a level of built in trust. And for a lot of therapists, referrals are actually how their practice starts. So if you've built your caseload through referrals, that makes sense, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I want to talk about today is the difference between referrals being part of your growth and referrals being your strategy, because those are two very different things. And this is where I see a lot of therapists get stuck because on paper, it looks like things are working. You're getting clients, people are finding you, you're getting referrals from colleagues, past clients, maybe other professionals. And so it's easy to think, okay, this is how I grow my practice. But then there are periods where things slow down. The referrals don't come in as frequently. Your inbox is quieter and your schedule starts to open up a little bit. And there's this moment of, wait, what changed? And the realization, whether you say it out loud or not, is I don't actually have control over this. Because referrals by nature are unpredictable, inconsistent, and outside of your control. And again, that doesn't make them bad. It just means they can't be the only thing you rely on. So if we really look at what referrals depend on, they depend on timing. Someone needs support at the right moment, and they depend on other people. Someone has to think of you, remember you, and mention you. And they depend on a level of chance. So when referrals are your only source of clients, your caseload ends up depending on timing, other people, and chance. And this is where things start to feel unstable. Because even if you're a great therapist, even if you're doing great work, and even if people like referring to you, you still don't have control over when those referrals come in. And so what this often looks like is you'll have a stretch where things feel really good. You're getting inquiries, your schedule is filling up, and you think, okay, I think I have this figured out, and then it slows down. And nothing about you has changed, but the flow of referrals has. And this is where your brain starts trying to make sense of it. Did I do something wrong? Do I need to change something? Why does this feel inconsistent? But this isn't about you doing something wrong. This is about the structure you're relying on, because what creates consistency in your practice is not relying on something you can't control. So if referrals aren't a full strategy, what actually creates consistency? The first piece is having a way to attract clients directly to your practice. So instead of waiting for someone else to send clients your way, you have a way for clients to find you and choose you. That could be through your content, your website, your messaging. But the key difference is it is not dependent on someone else initiating the process. The second piece is having a clear message. So when someone does find you, they immediately understand who you help, what you help with, and whether you're the right fit. Because clarity is what turns attention into action. Without it, people might see you, but not take the next step. And the third piece is having a system, something repeatable, something you can come back to, something that doesn't require you to constantly reinvent what you're doing. So instead of thinking, what should I do this week? You already know. There's a structure. And when you have these three things, you're no longer relying on chance. You're building something you can actually rely on. And here's the important part. Referrals don't go away. They can still be part of your growth. They can still bring in great clients. They just stop being the only thing holding your practice together. They become a bonus, not the foundation. And that creates a completely different feeling because now your practice doesn't feel fragile. It doesn't look like it could slow down at any moment without warning. It feels more stable, more predictable, more within your control. And if your caseload has felt inconsistent, there's a really good chance this is part of what's happening. You've been relying on something that was never designed to create consistency. Consistency comes from what you can repeat, not what you have to wait for. And once that clicks, it changes how you approach everything. And this is exactly what we focus on inside Accelerate Your Practice, helping you move from relying on referrals and hoping things stay steady to building a clear way to attract clients, a message that connects, and a system you can actually rely on so your practice starts to feel more structured, more predictable, and a lot more supportive of your life. So if this resonates with you, if you've been relying on referrals and noticing that inconsistency, take a breath. You are not doing anything wrong. You've just been relying on something that can't give you consistency on its own. And now you know what to build instead. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Build Your Private Practice podcast. If this episode has resonated with you, I'd love it if you shared it with another therapist, hit subscribe, and if you are ready for more support, head over to our website, buildyourprivatepractice.ca, for tools, resources, and next steps. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Build Your Private Practice podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, leave a review, or share it with a fellow Canadian therapist who needs this. And remember, the work you do matters. Keep showing up, keep holding space, and keep building a practice that works for you. If you're looking for practical tools or support to grow your practice with more clarity and confidence, head to buildyourprivatepractice.ca. There's lots waiting for you there. I'll see you next time.